Hey, welcome back. Hello to Vivienne again. And we're resuming our adventures with Duran. Last time got our first command, which is all of 3 people, retrieved the shield of our house's founder, and then came back to the meeting place to find out that both us and our brother had been betrayed by our other brother, and then we failed to defend ourselves when everyone showed up and found out what had happened. And then we weren't given an opportunity to defend ourselves and were summarily exiled. So one thing I do have to wonder is how many people who have this happen to them don't take it with such dignity? Is anyone who, pounds on the door, begs to get back in, or refuses to leave, and ends up maybe starving to death out here, dying of exposure. But anyway, so now we have to go off and find the Grey Wardens. There's a wall, can't go that way. Alright. Thank you, game. Sneaky. There's a corpse. Oh, hi.
I will not falter.
You will just miss multiple times. I should check what skills govern hitting. Alright, what does the spider have? Has 6 copper for some reason. Alright, this corpse looks like a Hurlock, human-sized darkspawn.
Very well.
And has a bunch of stuff. Now let's see. Does this armor fit? It does! Wait, I got the, got that one on for some reason. But anyway, so this is... Okay, I guess it does look a little bit large on him. But anyway, so it's... sort of thing with armor is that barefoot. Neat. Anyway, so armor. Armor was usually made to fit a particular person. And I mean, run the gamut from completely made for one specific person from start to finish. There's to armor that was just made to be modified. Once you actually had the person's measurements. Oh, interesting. Down to stuff which was just sort of, for lack of a term, mass-produced and was intended to be modified by the end user, as opposed to being modified by an actual armor smith. So it's kind of, I feel unlikely that, armor that you just randomly picked up from a corpse will actually fit you.
It is some kind of trap.
Why, yes, it is. It is something I kind of feel like more games should have. Why can I not? No, there we go. More of a custom-made armor that actually is made to fit you and has some better statistics, attributes than. Let's see, can I get behind this guy? I can. Wow, he's stunned and you still can't get in a good hit. Yes, you have, and for some reason he has a lyrium potion, which is not going to be useful for me for quite some time. What's over here? Looks like nothing. Yeah, as much as people would scavenge armor, didn't always fit very well. Alright. And there's a bow. Okay. I can't. Okay. Dwarves can't jump.
It is some kind of trap.
Which direction? Wait.
What is that? A trap?
Yes, it's a trap. Like you just saw. Now disarm it. It could also be tying his shoes.
Flee while you can. Clumsy. Paragon.
So I feel this sword, this short, is more likely to be used in stabbing. I mean, like, there are a few weapons that were exclusively the one or the other. Only the most stabbing or slashing focused weapons didn't have some ability to do the other thing. Looks like this one would probably be a lot more effective just used for stabbing. Alright. Looks like good spots for traps, but I don't see any right now. Oh, it's a deep stalker. Any others? Oh. Fun. Damn it.
You shall not touch me.
I think it might be a little bit too late for that,
We have done well.
more or less.
Of course.
Fire arrow is cool. Oh, you have a thing? Yeah, clearly. Okay. What do you have? 6 copper. Cool. I mean, that is kind of logical. That. Okay. Let's see, this is the way I'm supposed to be going. Yes. And all these areas just ripe for a bit of Let's see. Can we get behind this guy? Yes, we can.
Die quickly.
Stabbing! And die.
As you say.
I'm in combat? Oh.
Now you fall.
Maybe not. Hey, you can't use that against me. That's my thing. How do you like it?
Flee while you can.
Not very much, I see. Greenstone. That dwarf. Oh my. Sorry, buddy. I kind of wonder if, the two people we encountered on our mission, unnamed scout and friend Ivo, if they were possibly replacements for the original two assistants I was supposed to have. You know, Balin has the two people who are supposed to be helping me killed, so he can replace them with people loyal to him.
You wanna die? This is a waste of time.
Awesome,
It
leveled
will
up.
be done. I shall decide.
Alright, so after that fun little adventure, let's see what happens next. What's around this next corner? So far, nothing. This is a good spot for some traps. See what I'm talking about with the, well, not being a geologist, but these tunnels being like, oh hey, there's just this boulder sticking out of the wall. Feels like it's kind of someone's idea of what underground tunnels would be like without actually knowing what they're really like. Alright, what's out here? Ah, there they are.
By the Maker, it's a dwarf.
Surprising!
Oh, Dukan. What are you doing here alone? Where are your troops?
One question at a time.
Forgive me, your appearance startled me. We expected to be alone here. May I ask what happened?
I tell him I've left Orzammar, which is true, but, you know, not really the whole story. I've been exiled, which is true. Balin has betrayed me. I guess I have sort of a question as to what would have happened. I mean, if the scout hadn't initiated that fight back there, would Trian have been able to get the same punishment, get me exiled for what he alleges that I did? Would I have been able to convince people that Balin had set the whole thing up? Because, I mean, it does sound like sort of machinations you would have done, and really it doesn't seem like a terribly intelligent thing for me to attack like my brother in a place where I know there are going to be a bunch of other people coming like immediately, and also like I didn't make sure that the people who were helping me carry out this scheme were actually on board with it. But anyway, I have been exiled. That seems good enough.
Exiled? To these tunnels of death? What crime could be so terrible?
I do not think matters of Dwarven honor are any business of ours. You need not answer, friend.
I was unjustly accused of a crime.
I see. The brutal intrigue of the Dwarven court continues then. Your father intimated as much. I will not ask what happened. You are the child of my old friend, and do not deserve to die in this pit. You have already proven yourself both resourceful and skilled, and I would expect nothing less from an Idukan. I've been searching for those with your level of ability. Your exploits in the Deep Road set you apart. As leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, I would like to formally invite you to join our order.
I'm not sure how I feel about this, but I would be honored.
Then welcome. We leave immediately for Ostagar to join with the human forces facing the Darkspawn hordes led by King Kaelan. Stay close. There are still Darkspawn around every corner. We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korcari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kaelan, I didn't expect a...
A royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
Yeah, I was noticing how his guards have their swords drawn when they're running up. That seems kind of unsafe. I mean, provided you're not intending on attacking. I also realized, like, let me introduce you, Your Majesty. And they realize, not quite sure if I'm a Majesty. It might be a Highness, but which one is he preferring? Anyway, I am Duran, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. It's good to see one of the honorable stout folk outside Orzammar.
How much do you know about the dwarves, Your Majesty?
I've always wanted to learn more. Perhaps you could enlighten me sometime.
If Your Majesty wishes.
I do. I'll make sure to have the finest dwarven brew brought up from the palace cellars. After we've dealt with the blight, of course. I've been to Orzammar. King Endrin invited my father to a grand proving long ago. How does Endrin fare these days?
I'm his son, and he was fine the last time I saw him.
Well, it seems your story may be even more interesting than I suspected. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks.
So the one thing that occurs to me is that Trian shows me a lot less personable than I am, but I realize a lot of my conversation choices could really be pretty mean. What do I have to say about Trian if the meanest I can be is still nicer and more personal than him? But anyway. You're too kind, Your Majesty.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
You sound very confident of that.
Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the darkspawn here.
He didn't seem to take this darkspawn very seriously.
True. Despite the victories so far, the darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
I thought of me being a dwarven noble, royal. They should have a very good understanding of how dangerous the darkspawn actually are, though I suppose I might be sheltered in my palace. Then maybe we should move quickly.
Yes, we should proceed with the ritual.
What do you mean? What ritual?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the Joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
Why is this ritual so secret?
The Joining is dangerous. I cannot speak more of it except to say that you will learn all in good time. Until then, you must trust that what is done is necessary.
Am I the only recruit you have?
No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive.
What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you are ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Okay. King's This highway. Oh, that's where Alistair is. Alright, no, yes. I'm going to look around here. Might cut this part out because it might not be all that interesting. Help!
The Tower of Ishal is off limits. The men stationed inside are securing it now. By orders of Teyrn Loghain, the tower is being secured by his men to be used during battle. I'm told they discovered some lower chambers, and they don't know how far down they go, so for now, everyone's to stay out. I didn't see anything like that when I was there, but who knows? I think they used it once to watch for wilders coming out of the forest. Goes back to the time of the Tevinter Imperium. Dwarven make. That's probably why it's still standing.
Okay, so who says it's Dwarven make talking to a dwarf? Feel like you probably could have had that line just be, "Your people made it." That's probably what's still standing.
Make us speed your steps.
Ooh, hey, can I actually get up there? I can actually get up here. And I'm still barefoot. So, looking at this place, it's kind of strange. Not the architecture, honestly, impresses me Gothic, but it's kind of this domey thing, which that makes me think more Eastern Orthodox, and a little bit also makes me think Roman, the Roman-esque style, which had very heavy walls. Yep, I don't know. I mean, Tevinter is kind of like, well, kind of like Rome in that it's an old empire with used to control a lot of stuff. Now has slavery. Well, had slavery, still has slavery. But it's also supposed to be a Dwarven make, which I'm not really seeing the Dwarven influences on here. Hey guys. That's wonderfully safe. Yes. Wonderfully safe. I also feel like you might want to have higher railings on this. But I suppose I can see a little bit of dwarf in there. Anyway.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought.
Yes, I am. Hi, man.
This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
Where's Duncan's tent?
Not far. It's straight ahead, just past the royal encampment. Most of your fellas are in the valley with the army, but the recruits seem to be staying up here for now. Used to be a fortress a long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Teyrn Loghain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important.
Do I hear dogs barking?
This is Ferelden, isn't it? The King has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible.
Kind of makes me wonder why exactly they're using dogs to attack the darkspawn. Because most of what dogs do is bite. I mean, there might be a little bit of scratching, but that puts darkspawn body right in their mouth, and if they bleed in it, that seems like a bad choice.
A few mages, yes. They even brought those creepy quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it. Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest. Probably in his tent. He and Tairn Loghain are on the southwest side of the camp. The king likes to spend time with his soldiers, though. Sometimes even without his bodyguard. Drives Tairn Loghain wild, that does.
Not sure why that would, but anyway.
Go on then. Try heading north. I think he was sent with a message to the mages. Good luck to you then.
Let's see, what do we have to talk about here? Kingsguard.
Greetings. King Kaelan is not in his tent right now.
Tell me about the king. You must see him a lot.
I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Tairn Loghain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
Not really. That's something I remembered about the king wanting, a big blight, have him ended and that such. Because all the previous blights, there have been, this is, I believe, the 5th one. There were 4 previous ones. They all lasted for years. Like the first one lasted nearly 200. I mean, everyone after that has lasted for less time, but this one, if it is a blight, has just started. Kind of optimistic to think it's going to, end relatively quickly. We'll see in the coming battle.
That's how the Tairn feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The king thought it was funny that Tairn called him reckless, and they fought about the queen.
The queen?
She's the Tairn's daughter. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
I should go.
As you wish.
Okay. Let's see, what do I want to do now? Let's... Hello, Loghain's guard.
You approach the tent of Tairn Loghain. State your business.
Tell me about Tairn Loghain.
How can you not know of Loghain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Maric rewarded him by making him a Tairn. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Loghain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn.
Believe a lot of what your Tairn tells you. I mean, you might not be wrong, but also think of I'm a dwarf. Why would I know about the history and politics of Ferelden? Is the Tairn inside? What is he doing?
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activities.
I would like an audience with the Tairn, please.
I suppose you have a message for him. Hold on, then.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
Why would you assume that? I'm just a dwarf with weapons and armor. How do you know I'm not just one of those surface dwarfs who has decided to join the army? How do you know that?
His Majesty could not contain his excitement after your meeting. How could I not hear about you? Kaelan's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
No, I didn't know that.
Maric respected the Grey Wardens. They have an honored place in the hearts of our people. But Maric would have understood that it takes more than legends to win a battle. That's not an argument I'll repeat here. You're no surface dwarf, I can see it in your eyes. Smart of the Grey Wardens to look for new recruits in Orzammar. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
I don't know. Just realized there might actually be a reason. You might be able to tell that I'm not a surface dwarf, because there's a book called, I believe it's The Stolen Throne. Anyway, it goes into how exactly they kicked the Orlesians out. And there was a section in which they went through the deep roads and met a bunch of Orzammar dwarfs. So that could be a way you'd recognize that he is not a surface dwarf. I don't know.
If Kalen has his way, you will. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
You don't seem very fond of him. And if he doesn't?
Then simply pray.
Alright, there we go.
You approach the tent of Tairn Loghain. State your business.
I should go.
Very well.
Alright now. Duncan, let's see what's up here.
Look carefully, men. This wretched thing is a darkspawn. They're strong and cunning and smart, but don't listen to those old wives' tales. They can be killed. Stick them with your sword enough, and they go down. Their blood is black as sin and poisonous. Don't even touch it. You get tainted with that blood, and you may as well slit your throat. We've lost many dogs already. Had to muzzle them to keep them from biting. It's a long and painful way to die.
Kind of like a ability to say something in this case. Like, yep, he's right.
Well, don't touch the carcass. We'll be burning it so it doesn't infect anything.
So it can get infected just by touching the corpse. I did not touch a bunch of corpses then. Oh, I don't notice. Let's see, there's no one here. No one is, stealing this. Ooh, hey, boots. Finally. I'm not barefoot anymore. This is safe. This is a good idea. Yep, nothing there. I mean, yeah, they weren't as safety conscious in the Middle Ages as they are modernly, but I don't think they'd be shooting if there was someone downrange. They might be yelling at me to get out from downrange. Hi.
Good night for it, Warden.
How do you know I'm a warden?
I heard the king was even gambling with some of the men down in the valley last night. He's all right, he is.
Well, that's the sort of thing I'd probably do.
Tairn Loghain's men are up to something in the Tower of Ishal. I wonder what it's all about. Have you heard about the king and Tairn Loghain arguing? My father said Tairn Loghain is a hero. The king's lucky he's here. My father said Tairn Loghain is a hero. The king's lucky he's here.
This is supposed to be the battle that sends these darkspawn back underground. You believe that?
I don't know what to believe. We've won every battle, but there's more of them each time.
Makes you wonder if them Grey Wardens are right.
I don't want to think about that.
Sounds like the perfect time to get drunk, if you ask me.
Yeah. That armor, yeah, there's been some talk about that sort of armor, not really practical. You want something that's going to direct blows away from vital organs, and that there will catch right in the middle there, and that's, yeah, vital organs. Let's see.
Blessed art thou who exists in the sight of the Maker.
Don't notice me. I'm just gonna steal this stuff. Ooh. Helmet. Yay. That probably looks silly.
Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked, and do not falter.
Nothing over there. Have anything else to say, sister?
My faith sustains me. I shall not fear 10,000 men should they set themselves against me.
Anything more to say, sister?
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked, and do not falter. Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just.
Okay, you're just praying. That's interesting.
There are lots of darkspawn, different kinds. We're getting reports of things we've never even heard of. Our short friend here, for instance, is something called a genlock. They're pretty common in the Horde, but we've seen others much larger. We don't know where these new darkspawn are coming from, or what they can do. All I can say is to use caution. There aren't any we've seen that won't die once they bleed enough.
You know,
All
I
this
might know a thing
nonsense
or two.
talk stopped immediately. What are you, a bunch of Natric fishwives spreading gossip until you brown your small clothes out of terror? We've seen nothing to suggest that the Darkspawn drag our people underground to eat them. And I want this talk about Darkspawn enslaving survivors to stop immediately. Keep your minds focused on the battle. You fight for Ferelden and for your king. Remember that.
Okay.
You found our tent, I see. Is there something you need? Alistair can help you with those. I had hoped he would be back by now.
Okay. You don't want to talk to me. Cool. Back here. Nope. Alright. Let's see.
May the Maker preserve us all. They say the Darkspawn horde has grown larger. Welcome to the King's camp, my lord. Welcome to the King's camp, my lord.
I'm not entirely certain why you think I'm a lord, but okay. Ooh, it's an elf root. Root of the elf.
Of course.
This always joke of what part of the elf is the root. The answer is elves don't call it elf root. Ash warrior.
You there, elf. What's your name?
It's Pick, sir.
Go tell Turn Logain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Can I speak with the guide? Yes, I can.
Hello? I'm sorry, is there something you needed?
No, I just wanted to talk.
You want to talk to me? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Not that I know of.
Oh, that's a relief. I'm one of the King's servants, which means I run messages around and make deliveries all day long. If you fall behind, you get the switch from the quartermaster. Oh, I wish I were back at the palace. There are far more places to hide. I better go. If the quartermaster sees me chatting, he'll think I'm being lazy, and that'll be my hide. But it was nice talking to someone. Hello again. You need something now?
Just saying hello.
Oh, all right. Nice to see you again.
We stand here in this hour, good folk surround, and we
Okay. Let's talk to this guy.
You're the dwarf who walks with the Grey Wardens. A respectable decision.
Amazing how many people know this threat that I've only just arrived. You know much about us dwarves?
Some, like all Ash warriors. Our training originates from the dwarves. Is there something you wanted? We have no time for idle chatter.
You don't look like the other soldiers in the army.
We aren't. We're Ash Warriors, as you should well know.
I should know what?
Our discipline was passed down to us from the time of Luthias the Dwarfson. He trained with the berserkers of your kind, long ago.
So you're the same as the berserkers in Orzammar?
Perhaps. I've never been, so I cannot say for certain, but I'm told our traditions are the same. We harness the rage inside us, nurture it, and draw it out so we cannot fall in battle until our last foe is slain. It is a Dwarven discipline, but we've adapted it to let us fight alongside our hounds. That is our way. I trust my hound with my life, as he trusts me with his.
Is a dog that good in combat? Yeah, I feel like if they were going up to anyone with armor, they wouldn't be able to do terribly much. Being unarmored themselves, they would probably fall quickly.
A trained Mabari hound is as dangerous as any sword. We do not speak of a city pet or those things that sit in an old woman's lap.
Why have you painted your dogs?
They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies, but the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
What if the enemy is painted with caddis as well?
Why? Would you steal our caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes?
I hope you're joking.
If you tried, we would kill you. And that is no joke.
What are you preparing for?
To scout the wilds and watch the progression of the Darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight.
Survives the blood, what do you mean? Actually, I probably know what that means, because they've mentioned it, well, someone else mentioned it before.
Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. Those who survive grow immune to its effects. The Wardens say that tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill.
Would it be smarter to leave your dogs behind?
They fight at our side. We don't fret over their safety as if they were children.
I should be going.
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
I do not wish to speak. Not before the battle begins.
Please do not disturb our hounds. We feed them well tonight, or it may be their last.
Oh yes, give them a full belly so they're slow when they're fighting. That'll be a great idea. I'm not talking to him yet.
Maker above, hear the prayers of your sons and daughters. We who betrayed your prophet Andraste now beg your forgiveness. Do not abandon us in our darkest hour. Watch over the valiant King Kaelin and guide him as he faces this terrible evil. Watch over Terran Loghain and give him the wisdom to bring us victory against the Scourge of Shadow. Watch over Ferelden, the homeland of Holy Andraste. Keep her people safe from the Darkspawn. Let us bow our heads and offer prayers to the Maker, that he might find us worthy.
If you'll excuse me, we are praying. Shh, I'm trying to listen.
How do you do?
Hail, Grey Warden. Hail, Grey Warden.
Hail to you.
Hail? I see precipitation. Who are you?
Greetings, young man. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynn, one of the mages summoned by the king.
How winsome. I am Duran.
Well met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact.
Will you be fighting beside the king?
Not precisely. The Grey Wardens will be on the front lines, not the mages. Still, we have our parts to play. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
Not exactly sure how this robe goes together, but anyway. Do you know much about the Darkspawn?
Some. Do you? Do you know about the connection between them and the Fade, for example?
What does the Fade have to do with anything?
Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
Okay, so here's a note. In this setting, in addition to dwarves not being able to use magic, they also don't dream, or at least they don't enter the Fade when they dream. So here's another case in which a line should probably have been changed for the dwarves.
Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
So we have the Maker to thank for all this. And is that true?
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
I'll just kill every Darkspawn I see.
A wise attitude. It's worked well for me in the past. But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
Soldiers of Ferelden.
Actually, killing everyone might not be the greatest of ideas because, you have to choose your battles. Make sure you're not picking ones that are, you can't
I'm sorry,
win.
but the mages must not be interrupted. The mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
The Fade?
The Fade is the realm of dreams and the land of the dead, or so the mages tell us. Regardless, they are not to be disturbed, not even by Grey Wardens.
As you wish.
The mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
Alright, that's all I can do there.
Let us not be proud, so we may take courage against the
What?
darkness.
I can't unlock that. Okay. Ah. Tranquil. Hey.
I shall be silent.
Don't mind me. Can't unlock. Hi man, how's it going?
Welcome, young man.
Who are you?
I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
You speak very strangely. Why is that? Also, you said young man. You don't look all that old, honestly.
Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared?
They're not feared by dwarves.
Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily, and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous.
How is someone made tranquil?
Our forehead is branded with magic, which stills our talent and mind. The process is irreversible as far as I am aware.
As far as you're aware.
Of course. What may I assist you with?
What is enchantment exactly? But yeah, I feel like dwarves already know how to do that, because I think they do enchantment, but anyway.
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not.
What sorts of enchantments are there?
Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a price, as we know only too well.
I should go.
Goodbye.
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some darkspawn spear this time tomorrow.
Oh, Davith.
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
What did you think I'd be?
Not a dwarf. Yet, here you are. The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they'd cook this ritual up just for our benefit.
What do you know about this ritual?
I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
Aren't there barbarians in the forest? I feel like I'm more issue with darkspawn.
Chasing barbarians, yes. Cannibals, and witches too. My home village isn't far, and I grew up on tales about the wilds. Even been in there a few times. Scary place.
Home village isn't too far, so you could go back there? Seems an odd place for an army to camp, then. I don't know. Seems pretty defensible. I doubt they will send us into pointless danger.
Then why do the Grey Wardens only recruit folks who can fight? Or are you their first basket weaver? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
They're forcing you to be here?
I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
Don't mind me, don't mind me. I'm just going to steal your stuff. I don't really need that, but I'll take it anyway. Alright. Hi! I totally didn't just steal your stuff.
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain.
Can't say I have, no.
Blast it. Where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back, or by the maker up. No, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies?
Do you need help tracking this girl down?
Oh, I'm sure you have better things to do than run errands for me. I can find her myself.
What kind of supplies do you have?
Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course, to keep morale up, you understand.
Let me see what you have.
Let me know what you'd like.
Okay, weapons. I can't really afford any of this. I can afford that, but I'm sure I want to. Let's see. That I can definitely sell. Darkspawn shield. Beefo, no, I'm not going to sell that. So I'm going to sell. Oh, right, that's okay. Alright. Yo.
Hail to you.
Alright, let's see, it's over here.
You need to convince them. We've got to run. The Darkspawn are coming.
They've kind of been coming the past few days, according to everyone. Yeah, I can't see there any reason stopping. We have them on the run, I hear.
I saw them. We're gonna die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds.
Is it possible he has important information?
The commander who brought him here didn't seem to think so.
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them.
Caterpillars on a tree. That's not a metaphor I've heard before, but you know, I think it works.
I don't want to see anymore. I close my eyes and please just leave me be.
That sounds like 1,000-yard stare there.
I apologize if the soldier disturbed you. Ever since they found him in the wilds, he's been like this. It's so sad.
He calls. I can't feel it. Oh, someone. I can't feel it.
I apologize if the soldier disturbed you.
No, he
Ever
didn't.
since they found him in the wilds, he's been like this. It's so sad.
So this is just down here. Alright. Doop, 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 doop. Nope. So let's... Doop, doop, doop.
Sorry, the main army camp is off limits for you right now.
Right now? What about later? Hey.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. I shall favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
Heavy boots. Don't really need. Guess I'm a light person.
Have you seen one of them close up?
Yes, I have.
They're evil things sent by the Maker to punish us.
If you insist.
I heard there was a giant bear darkspawn with fangs as big as your arm. Maybe this really is a blight. Maybe the Grey Wardens are right. Those darkspawn can't be killed. I saw one with no head get right back up. We're doomed, we are. They're going to kill us all. Kill us and then eat us. I heard there was a giant bear darkspawn with fangs as big as your arm.
I look forward to the morning's glorious battle. The Maker will smile on us, I'm sure of it. Ferelden can defeat these things on its own. We need no Orlesian charity.
I think we could probably use any assistance
Ferelden can defeat these things on its own. We need no Orlesian charity.
Jury.
Greetings. You must be the third recruit we've heard about.
Yes, I'm Duran.
Sir Jury is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arl Aemon. I wasn't aware dwarves could be Grey Wardens. I've only seen a few of your folk in the castle dealing with the smithy.
Of course they can. Why couldn't they be?
Since the Grey Wardens protect human lands, I guessed a dwarf would not wish to join. Obviously, I'm wrong. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
Honestly, none of these are terribly good. I'm curious about the joining ritual.
As am I. Has anyone told you about it?
It's all a big secret, apparently.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
Goodbye, sir.
Ah, I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
As you can see, mine are Dwarven kin. Not really sure what that means.
I do, though I cannot pass on the respects of your ancestors. The Maker looks kindly on all who will receive him.
Yeah. Kind of seem being like, sure. Say your god will bless me, whatever.
Then I bless you, Grey Warden, in the name of Andraste and the Maker above. May the chant of light carry your name to the ears of our Lord.
Alright. Let's talk to this guy.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me.
No, I haven't.
I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you. All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
Tell me why you're here. First?
I'm a deserter. Or so they think. I bet there's no arguing them out of it, though. Armies are funny that way.
Did you desert?
I wasn't deserting. But when you catch someone sneaking around camp in the middle of the night, what else are you gonna think? Does it matter? All I want is a bit of food and water.
Why haven't they fed you?
I expect nobody thought of it with all the battles and such.
Why would I want to help you?
Because you might want something I don't need. Them circle wizards got a chest they keep things in. Magical things. And I stole the key. That's why I'm here. I got one of them drunk, took his key and tried to sneak to the chest. They assumed I was deserting. I can't use it from here. But I'd trade you for some food and water.
I'll see what I can do.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
What sort of dinner did he put in his coat? I'm not sure. Oh, sandwiches have been a thing since ancient Rome, but always want to put a pie or something.
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
Who is this prisoner exactly?
They say he was recruited before the war up in Dinnerham. Probably figured he'd never have to fight if he served the king, right?
Why did he want to desert?
Why does anyone want to desert? Because he thinks he's going to die and he's a bloody coward, that's why. Either that or he's been listening to a bunch of hogwash about how the Darkspawn will drag you off and eat you.
To chat with him, actually.
Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation.
He asked for some food and water.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
So you missed one meal. This man could be hanged soon.
All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs. Don't know why you care. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm gonna say it was you. Just so you know.
That's fair, yes.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
Here's some food.
Much obliged. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. And, as I mentioned, here's the key. Use it in good health, huh? My belly thanks you. At least if I'm hanged, I'll have a little weight on me.
You got your food and water. Now off with you.
Alright, I'm off. I'm not gonna really do anything to him for the moment. What's over here? Nothing. And that also looks like a nothing. And let's see what's up this direction. A servant. Hi. Oh, weaving is really good. I have a new hat. Any better than my current hat? No, just no better than my current hat. Well, hat. Helmet. But anyway, what's in this direction? Nothing. Hello, servant.
I'm sorry, but there's so much to do before the battle. I must attend to my duties or I'll get the switch.
This house or council. I think they might want that in place, is not directly under the weather.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
Who are you calling fool?
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
You are a very strange human.
You're not the first to tell me that. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage?
How can a dwarf be a mage?
You never know, these mages sneak up on you. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit, from Orzammar. I should have recognized you right away, I apologize.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, how many dwarven recruits does he have? And you must be Alistair.
Did Duncan mention me? Nothing bad, I hope. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Pleased to meet you. Well, what was I going to say? Pleased to meet you. My name is Duran.
Right, that was the name. There haven't been any Dwarven Grey Wardens in some time. You must know a lot about Darkspawn.
We've been fighting them for centuries.
Hard to believe most folks here think the Darkspawn disappeared after the last Blight, when your people still suffer every day. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
The argument I saw, what was it about?
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
So the thing that occurs to me is that in this setting, humans are humans, so they would have genetic variations. So it would be people who are abnormally short. Right? And guess term for that, which I don't know how acceptable it is, but dwarf. So you could have a human with dwarfism who's also a mage. Could be a dwarf mage. Anyway. So I mean, how... Yeah, I'd say, what's a Templar? Assume this dwarf royal doesn't actually know.
You don't know? Quick version then. The Chantry tries to control mages because they're dangerous, so they keep Templars that train to hunt down and kill apostates. That's what I was being trained as when Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
What about the other recruits?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them?
Yes, I met both of them.
That makes things easy then. They'll both be back with Duncan by now.
Let's go.
If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Alright.